Hello! I'm posting again. Welcome back to the Rush Hour. Today we have...
Hello.
Okay. Or Nathan.
I'm Nathan.
That's Nathan. Today we're going to be bringing you Week 2 previews of the NFL. Yeah, Week 1.
It's pretty boring.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I already don't want to watch football because of the Jets. I'm sure you're fine with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some takeaways I have, but we'll
okay, whatever. So anyway, let's dive straight in. We're going to preview three games, three night games. Tomorrow night we have Tampa Bay and Carolina. Sunday night we have the Eagles against the Falcons, and then Monday night we have the Browns against the team we're not going to talk about too much. And then I've picked a game, and Nathan has picked a game as well. So we're going to have a quick little review of last week's game, a little preview of this week's game, stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. And at the end of the episode, we are going to run through and give a prediction for every single other game. There's not very many good games to talk about, but anyway, let's dive into it. Tampa Bay versus Carolina. Both teams lost last week. Carolina sloppily lost to the Rams. The Bucks... the Bucks lost to the Niners. I don't really think I would really predict that Week 1. But anyway, what are your original takeaways?
The Bucks, once again, are very good. Panthers, I think they competed with a fairly decent Rams team. They had pretty much everybody returning from last year, and they kept it super close. So I'm really curious to see this week how well their team really ends up. Yeah,
for me, like the Bucks. Again, my uncle loves the Bucks, but he's not gonna like this. I just hate Jameis Winston. Like I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he's ever gonna be that big thing. I think that ship sailed 2 years ago. Right here, he went 20 of 36, 194 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions, and 2 fumbles. None of them were lost, but still 2 fumbles.
Right.
Sue, the new signing for the Bucks, was dead silent. He wasn't like that. He was. Whatever. Mike Evans was silent again because, you know, Mike Evans is always a solid guy because even Jameis not having a good game, there's Mike Evans who has that okay game too.
He's always going to get the touches.
Yeah. And Mike Evans was like non-existent. Ronald Jones, the new running back for them, was okay.
But there were no decent.
There was just no standout.
Yeah.
And they lost 31-17 to the Niners.
Yeah.
The Jimmy Garoppolo Niners.
A stat earlier today. It said that Winston has lost 12 straight road losses, or 12 straight road starts, and they go on the road to face Carolina this week to a recently healthy Cam Newton.
Yeah. So let's just jump into Carolina because I mean I think the Bucks. Cam was okay. He was kind of. It was just an okay game, I guess. It was a good defense, so I'm not gonna deflate it yet. It's Week 1.
He dealt with injury in the preseason, and
I still don't think he's 100%.
No, I think. The longer we go throughout the season, he'll get better, but I don't think he'll be 100% for a while.
I mean, if you have Christian McCaffrey as a running back, do you really need to be fully healthy? No, McCaffrey was amazing. Obviously, well, okay, they need Cam to show up because they lost the game still with McCaffrey not playing. I mean, McCaffrey was amazing, but like, again, the Rams defense is so good that I'm not really going to onslaught it that much. The Rams had a lot of expectations last year to be the best defense. They were one of the better ones. I don't think they're going to be the best one again, but there's something about that defense that it would make it really hard to play against. And I mean, if you have if you have a quarterback have an average day, I think it's going to kind of speak for itself.
I think the downfall that the Panthers have had for a while now is other than Christian McCaffrey, they don't have any targets, any decent targets. They have Greg Olsen, but he's like 50 now. And he's questionable going into tomorrow.
I'm not going to deny that.
So, I mean, they really, I don't know, they just need better targets to throw to other than McCaffrey.
All right, well, prediction time. I think Cam will funk out of this. I think the injury, a full week of playing will help it out. I think the Panthers will win 24-14.
I had 24-13.
All right.
All right.
On to the next one. We're having a really awful night, and the production side is just going downhill. So Nathan's camera is now an iPhone, and there's no mic to it because we both have 2 cool phones for the little stupid plugs. And yes, we are in a classroom, by the way, because we have nowhere else to film right now. So Hey, you're getting a video, so thank you. Hit the like button.
Next week will be better.
Oh yeah, next week we'll actually be streaming this live on KW Student Media on the radio station.
Oh, we're actually.
It'll be so. Huh?
We're actually gonna make it live.
Yeah.
Bet.
Next week. I don't quite know a day yet. We'll figure that out. We'll look at the production. Come on, mate. We're trying to step it up, and it's going downhill. But anyway, so we talked about the Bucs-Panthers game. Both said the Panthers to win. Now for the more intriguing game out of the three in my eyes, the most intriguing game, I should say. Yeah, I'm excited. Eagles-Falcons. Eagles, really good comeback win over the Redskins. And the Falcons got run over by the Vikings defense.
Mm-hmm. I think you're going to see the same thing this week.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm not going to spoil my prediction, but I definitely have a favorable win for a certain team. Carson Wentz, back from injury, very long time. Very good game, 3 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson's first game back, 2 touchdowns, just a big game. Eagles scored on every drive in the second half, which is what really impressed me. Because with talks to my grandfather at halftime, he was not having it. And then we'll make fun of my team at halftime because my team was not having it either. Yeah, but the Falcons, it's like Matt Ryan had a pretty bled day. You know, he had a big day throwing the ball, like 300 yards. But the problem is, the man Julio Jones keeps getting the touchdown. Like, their only touchdown, well, they still remember, but it's like the game, late in the game, yeah, it was their only touchdown. Julio Jones, the touchdown. Julio Jones is like 40. Like, why do they keep relying on him? Like, Sanu, Ridley, like, they have such a okay amount of receivers.
The thing I thought that was most interesting is Julio Jones wasn't even the receiving yards leader.
Yeah.
It was Austin Hooper,
yeah.
9 receptions, 77 yards, which still is terrible.
Yeah. And then after that, I believe it was Sanu, right? I think. I don't remember. But it was like,
I don't know. My opinion of Matt Ryan has always been he's a total flop.
He throws the ball a lot, and that's what saves them. And this weekend, it didn't really help that they had literally no running game. Obviously, Devontae Freeman last year and the year before was right there, one of the best in the league. He was awful this weekend. They literally had no rushers. He was their pretty much their main rusher heading into the weekend, and he goes for 8 for 19 yards and a fumble lost.
Yeah. So and the most that the running backs have, or that Atlanta had in rushing, was their backup, and he only had 31 yards, 6 carries.
Yeah. So exactly, the main guy running the ball was Freeman for 8 times for 19 yards and a fumble. I don't know. I mean, the defense wasn't like terrible for the Falcons. It's a very good offense. Obviously, Kirk Cousins struggles against good teams, but
I don't think the Falcons are that great.
Yeah, I don't. This year, I definitely don't think the Falcons are all of that, especially in that division. But I mean, I think it's pretty quick. I think the Eagles are going to win 35-17.
I don't know. I think I had 27-9 them winning, but just because I don't see the Falcons getting past the Eagles' defense.
It's a pretty good defense.
So, but my thing is, I don't really know where Philly stands this year because they did have that comeback win, but it was against the Redskins.
Case Keenum did play really well though for the Redskins.
He did.
Vernon Davis, that catch, big man, 40 yards, little. Whoop. I don't know what the.
But they're still missing Jordan Reed, who's their top tight end. And of course, Case Keenum's their quarterback. So.
Yeah.
The interesting thing I saw too was the ESPN matchup predictor. It had 49.5 for the Eagles and 50.1 for the Falcons with a 0.4% tie.
Wow.
So they think Atlanta's going to barely sneak it out, which we both think is weird because we have them both getting blown out.
Tune in next week to find out if we're wrong. Alright, well, let's get this over with. Yes, I'm a Jets fan, and yes, we blew the game against the Bills. I'll keep it short because I know I can ramble and ramble on. I'll give a nice little quick thing like we did for any other team. Alright, CJ Mosley, Defender of the Week, absolutely deserved. Incredible game. 2 forced fumbles losses, another interception. The defense was amazing the first half, and then as soon as Mosley went out at the end of the third quarter, the Bills ran us over. Sam Darnold, meh, but better. He's proving himself to not just throw the ball in the middle like he used to at the beginning of the last season. Obviously, last year at the end of the year, he was very good. The offense was way too obvious to play through Le'Veon Bell. It felt like every play I saw Bell in the backfield, I knew we were running the ball, and it felt like the Bills knew that too. So if I know that, I'm assuming they know that. Jamison Crowder was a positive. I was not expecting him to be our #1 receiver for the week. 14 catches, 99 yards.
Definitely a standout game.
Yeah. But now it's interesting to see what happens Monday night because the Jets have just acquired Demaryius Thomas. I was not okay with it until Nunwa was now out for the whole season. This man now has another neck injury. So now we're looking at one of these incredible promising young receivers looking to retire in my eyes with 2 neck injuries at his age. Demaryius Thomas, I'm okay with. How much does he have left in the tank to be a #1 receiver? I don't know.
The thing is, both Sam Darnold, Demaryius Thomas, and then on the defensive side, Jamal Adams, C.J. Mosley, and Quinnen Williams are all questionable for the game. So I think it's really going to depend on how healthy Sam Darnold and Demaryius Thomas are and how good that connection is.
I think Sam will be fine. I think Sam didn't really get knocked up that bad late in the game. Sam should be good to go. Bell, I think that it wasn't really a rust. He had promising moments, he caught the touchdown, but he didn't play for 600 days. I can definitely see how there is rust.
Definitely.
But I think Demaryius Thomas will probably get a few snaps. I don't think it's going to be through him. Then the problem is it's Robbie Anderson, Jamison Crowder. Who's the next guy up?
I think it really depends on what they want their play style to be.
Because we don't really run through a tight end, and Griffin was okay. He was okay. He caught some good first downs, but we don't use tight ends, so we got to really hope that Demaryius Thomas will play because Robbie Anderson struggled again in my eyes to get targets, and heading into last year, he was supposed to be our leading guy, and this year it was okay, here comes Robbie Anderson again, and it's no, that's why. My one fantasy group, someone asked me, do you want Robbie Anderson? I was like, well, let's see what he does week 1. He's got four catches. Whatever. I mean, it was a rough game. We lost Mosley, but if you lose one guy in your defense and you get run over like that, I'm scared because I don't know if he's going to play this week. But
I think this week it's going to be a very positive. I think this week it's going to be a very positive week for the Jets. Honestly, I think Le'Veon Bell is going to have a breakout day, and I think.
Yeah, if you're confused, I just had I almost died. Anyway, just keep going.
Le'Veon Bell's going to have a breakout week. I mean, he only had 60 yards rushing last week, but he had 17 carries. I think if he sees that again this week, I think you're going to see that number go easily into the 100s, 120s with at least a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, if you're going to go to that, the Browns' defense was atrocious to the Titans. I'm not a Marcus Mariota fan, and I mean, the Titans ran them over, man. It wasn't close, 40-13. Baker Mayfield was bad. I'm going to say bad. I mean,
very.
Chubb was bleh. Chubb's supposed to be one of the best backs in the league this year, bleh. Landry and Beckham, bleh. They had a lot of penalties from what I saw because I watched the game a bit here and there. Every time it's I was there's a penalty forcing them back.
Odell, he put up good numbers for the little receptions he had. He only had 7 receptions for 71 yards. So that's averaging 10 yards a catch, which that's good. He's just not seeing the ball enough.
The thing is, it's not. I'm not slating it. It's just it was an okay game, but especially for this guy and all of his talk, he wanted to leave the Giants. He wanted to be in the spotlight. Here it is. Nothing. I mean, obviously, it doesn't help that Baker Mayfield was pretty much trash. Sorry, Tristan. Not really sorry, honestly, but
3 interceptions.
Yeah, it'll be interesting Monday night because both teams have higher expectations. I know I mess around with the Jets having a good year, but I do believe we can. And I mean, we were up 16-0. Sure, it's the Bills, but it's 16-0. It's week 1. You're still getting rust down. Bell didn't play at all in the preseason. There was a lot of stuff we had to really focus on week 1, and we played well. Like I said, Mosley went out. Defense went to trash, but yeah, I mean, I think the Jets will bounce back. I think we will win. I think it's going to be 24-21 because I think both offenses will finally get that little bit going forward. That's just me.
I had 24-10 Jets. I don't think the Browns are going to connect at all.
It'll be interesting.
I think it may take well into the regular season for them to finally get working and connected. Just because, I don't know, the attitudes, I don't like any of the attitudes for Cleveland. You have Odell, who just wants the ball all the time. You have Baker Mayfield, who thinks he's hot. Yeah. So I don't know. I just think everybody wants the ball, and in that kind of environment, it's not going to work out.
We are home as well, so
yeah.
Another home game. I don't know. Yeah, those are the 3 primetime games for the week, and we'll go straight into the games we're excited to see. Alright, so after doing the primetime games, we're going to choose a game each we want to see, and then after that we will run through and put all of the game predictions in, and I don't know, maybe we'll do something fun at the end of the year, who has the best predictions and whatnot. Maybe, I don't know, we'll do something stupid. But anyway, my game is the Vikings and the Packers. The Vikings, as we said, defeated the Falcons pretty comfortably. The Packers defeated the Bears in one of the worst games I've watched in years.
So boring.
I kid you not. I tried going to Nathan's room to watch it, and I genuinely left after like 7 minutes of the game. Honestly, it's going to be pretty quick for me. The defense was really good again, like we said. For the Vikings, they had 3 turnovers. Dalvin Cook is really establishing himself as one of the best backs in the league. Cousins doesn't have to really do work, which is good for him. Again, he's not really a big-time player. So, at the end of the day, the Vikings did their job. They played really well. The defense held them in, which, their offense still did well, but the defense, for me, is what's going to get the Vikings to go further this year. The Packers, there's not a lot of positives to say. Rodgers was okay, 200 yards, a touchdown. Like,
he faced a very tough.
It's a tough Chicago defense, and it's just a shame that the Bears have that offense to go with that defense, because my uncle says it all the time.
Bears have that quarterback.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, Corey. I hate Mr. Trubisky. I've never seen the hype in him. Like, he throws like one good pass, and it's like football Twitter is like party, like congratulations. Yeah. Like he's awful. And like last week they said that. I don't know who it was from the Packers, but somebody said all we had to do is make Mitch Trubisky play quarterback and we win the game.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. That's
disgusting. As a quarterback, if you get told that, I get Kaepernick in, and I hate Kaepernick. That's for another argument.
Just imagine if they would have drafted Mahomes.
There's a lot of stuff for that. It's at Lambeau, so that's kind of why I'm really thinking maybe Trubisky's gonna show up. Probably not. I don't know. I think this is just gonna be a class of a game. Any Lambeau game's good. It's a division game. Like, you can't really. I don't know, man. For me, I don't know. Minnesota's gonna win 21-10. I guess. I don't know. I think it was gonna be a close game too. I had 17-10. Yes, I don't know. The Packers they don't have it anymore. Like, the Packers have lost that spark. Mm-hmm. I know I kind of went on a rant about the Bears, but like, again, there really wasn't much for me to talk about the Packers. Like, they won. They're 1-0. Who cares? Move on to the next week. You played a good defense. That's my take. And I talked a lot about the Bears. So, again, I don't know. I think Minnesota's going to squeak it out. No, it's going to be low scoring, 21-10. Mm-hmm. So your marquee fun game of the week, Mr. Chief Boy.
That's not the game of the week, though. No, the Chiefs Raiders. That's going to be a total blowout, but we'll get to that later. But speaking of the Chicago defense, my marquee matchup is Chicago and Denver. I have a couple notes here. It said last week Chicago held Aaron Rodgers to 203 yards, sacked him 5 times, and kept their offense 2 out of 12 on third downs. So
that's a good defense. It doesn't have a good quarterback on their side of the ball.
I think this game is going to be all about the defense and which defense can stop the run game the best. I know one of the major problems with Chicago last week was, well, obviously Trubisky. He's a very terrible quarterback.
I'm sorry, Mitch. If you somehow watch this video, I'm sorry. A little bit of cash will swing my mind, but until then, you're awful.
Yeah. So I think the main thing that both teams should focus on is the run game. I had David Montgomery. I think he needs to see more touches.
Yeah.
He led college football last year in missed tackles at Iowa State. Out of all of the, I think the number was like 970 some running backs. Yeah. He was number 1 in missed tackles. So I think they need to get him more touches. They ended up having Mike Davis as the lead rusher with 19 yards, 5 carries. So I think, I don't know, Trubisky's trying to pass too much. He had 45 attempts.
God, that's not good.
45 attempts, no passing touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's terrible. So I think...
And he led the offense to a whole 3 points on the opening night of football.
Mm-hmm. But on the flip side, I really wasn't impressed with Joe Flacco. I think he's too old for the league anymore. So with that in mind, they need to get Patrick Lindsey and Royce Freeman more touches as well. Patrick Lindsey, I don't know, he kind of had a bust game, but I think, I don't know, the more that Joe Flacco gives him the ball, the better he'll perform. And then the other thing I noticed was the defense. It was totally lacking with Denver. Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, they weren't in sync at all. Von Miller, he's also getting up there in age quite a bit. So I think if they're able to get those two back in sync, because they didn't sack Carr.
There you go.
Derek Carr. I'm so sorry. They didn't get to Derek Carr at all last week. So I think they need to focus on the blitz and getting to the quarterback, which should be fairly easy to do against Trubisky, obviously. So I think
ultimate score prediction.
I think it's going to be a grind out game, but I have Bears Broncos. Bears winning 20-13.
I have the Bears winning 13-10.
Nice.
A very boring game again, pretty much. Unless you like the defense.
Yeah.
So now we're going to run through every single game's predictions, and then we'll laugh at who's the worst at this next week. All right, rapid fire time. It's all the other games. There's some good ones. There's some blowouts to be made. I'm just going to read off the scores, give my prediction. Nathan will give his, and then we'll end the show. So anyway, Redskins, Cowboys, 28-17 Redskins.
Cowboys, Redskins, 35-20.
Cowboys and Redskins, okay.
I was very impressed with the Cowboys offense last week.
Titans, Colts. I have Titans 17, Colts 10.
Titans 27, Colts 17.
Seahawks, Steelers. My stepdad's not like this one. 38-24 in favor of the Seahawks.
I had 30-7 Seahawks. Wow.
Bills, Giants. Big Thumer coming in. 24-10 Bills. I think they're going to be 2-0.
I had 14-10 Giants.
Oh, wow. Patriots, Dolphins. Spoiler alert, this game is not going to be good. If you do not want to watch a football game, do not watch this. I genuinely have 49-7 Patriots.
42-6 Patriots.
I look like idiots or geniuses. Jaguars, Texans, close one, 21-20 Jaguars.
I don't think it's going to be close at all.
Really?
I have 24-35 Texans.
The only thing I'm worried about is Nick Foles. I'm worried about him not going to be there.
He's out.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I'm worried about that, but I don't know. The Texans defense collapsed. I don't know.
But their offense impressed me.
I know. We'll find out. That's why it's rapid fire. Shut up. Chargers, Lions, 27-14 Chargers.
27-10 Chargers.
49ers, Bengals, 17-7 the Niners. They're 2-0 in my eyes.
Really?
The old Niners are going to be 2-0.
I don't know.
Something spoke to me. I don't know. I know I said we're doing quick fire, but I don't know.
I have
Garoppolo's money's, man. He's ready.
Oh, my God.
He's ready.
I have Niners, Bengals, 21-27, Bengals winning.
Ravens, Cardinals. I think Lamar Jackson had a fantastic game. I wish we could talk about that.
He was on my bench.
I think the Ravens are going to win this one 31-13, and Lamar Jackson's going to shine again. Not too bad for a running back.
I have 28-17 Ravens.
Chiefs, Raiders. Big Chief boy over here. I got 35-17 Chiefs.
42-24.
It's not bad. I thought you'd be a lot worse. You said it was a blowout.
Final game of the week, the New Orleans Saints against the Rams. Saints squaz that one. Squeezed? They squazzed the one out against the Rams against the Texans. I think they're going to win 30-13 over the Rams.
I have 21-17.
So yeah, there's been some...
I think Saints-Rams is going to be definitely a game to watch.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely plenty of good games in there. It's just some of the starts they've had are not the best, so I can kind of see why people would want to watch it. But
which it's also probably too early in the season to tell.
It is very true, because the Jets are 0-1 and I'm ready to quit watching football. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like the video, comment what we could do better, comment what you like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get that number going up to 1 mil. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Button. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Cause they jump, man, just to get that jump, man.